Hey everyone! So, if you've ever felt that kind of sinking feeling when you're staring down a court's e-filing portal, trust me, you are not alone. The digital shift is here to stay and, yeah, it has its own set of rules. But what if you had a clear playbook to navigate it all? Well, that's exactly what we're going to build today. We're going to turn that e-filing anxiety into total confidence.
So, here's our roadmap for mastering the whole system. First, we'll get a handle on this new digital landscape. Then, we are going to lock down the fundamental rules for a perfect upload, every time. After that, we'll dive into the most common pitfalls so you can just sidestep them completely. Learn some pro tips to file like an absolute expert, and finally, we'll demystify what actually happens after you hit that submit button.
All right, let's dive right in. While the move to digital courts promises all this efficiency, let's be real. It can be stressful. We're talking about new systems, new procedures, and that little voice in the back of your head worried that one small mistake could cause a huge problem. This isn't just about learning a new tool. It's about adopting a whole new mindset.
So, let's be honest with ourselves. Are you printing out digitally signed documents just to scan them right back in? Are you re-uploading an entire, massive case file because of one tiny error? Come on, these are the exact habits that just drain your time and your energy. We're here to fix that so you can file with absolute confidence every single time.
Okay, so where do we even begin? We start with the golden rules. I want you to think of these as the 3 core principles that will prevent pretty much every common e-filing headache. If you get this foundation right, everything else just falls into place. What's so great about this is just how simple yet powerful these rules are. Rule number 1, always upload digital originals. If you've got an e-signed document, upload it directly. Printing and rescanning is just a waste of time and it kills the quality. Number 2, one document, one file. This means your petition, your affidavit, your deed, they should all be separate files. Why? Because it makes fixing a single error incredibly easy. And third, pay all your fees in one single transaction with one calculation sheet. It just makes life so much easier for you and for the court. Okay, so we've covered the do's. Now it's time for the don'ts. This next part is all about sidestepping those common traps that lead to delays, rejections, and, let's face it, a ton of frustration. Let's make sure you never fall into them again.
Oh, this is a perfect example of a huge time waster. You've submitted your case, but then you spot a typo in one of the data fields. Now, your first instinct might be to panic and just restart the entire filing from scratch. Don't do it. There is a built-in fix for this. It's called the rectification memo. You submit that one simple memo and the error is fixed. No need to redo all that work.
The key here is to be surgical. So imagine the court flags page 73 of your 100-page affidavit as defective. The system is actually designed for a targeted fix. You just go into the pleadings menu and replace only that single page. Re-uploading the whole thing just clogs up the system and creates unnecessary work. This is all about working smarter, not harder.
Sometimes the smartest move is knowing what not to do. For example, the system automatically generates summons formats, so please don't upload your own. Got large video evidence? Submit that directly, not through the portal. And if you're using a built-in template for an application, it probably doesn't need a separate signature. Just let the system do its job so you can focus on yours.
Okay, you've got the fundamentals down pat, and you know all the big mistakes to avoid. Now it's time to level up. These are the pro tips that will turn you into a true power user. It's really all about making the system work for you.
Let's get a little technical for just a second. When you have to scan a physical document, like, say, some handwritten notes, the magic number is 300 dpi. dpi stands for dots per inch. Just think of it as the digital sharpness of the image. 300 is the gold standard that ensures your scan is perfectly clear and legible for the court, which helps you avoid any of those annoying quality-based objections.
We mentioned this before, but it's so important that it gets its own slide, the rectification memo. This is your get-out-of-jail-free card for minor data entry errors. Seriously, burn this term into your memory. It is the simple, official tool that will save you from the nightmare of having to restart an entire filing just because of one small typo. The e-filing portal is actually full of these hidden gems that most people never even touch. Is your file too big? Don't compress it and lose quality. Use the portal's own merge tool. Need signatures? There's a built-in e-sign feature right there. Need an oath? There's a video option for that. Don't waste time drafting from scratch. Use the built-in templates. Seriously, take a minute and explore the menus. These tools are there to make your life easier.
All right, you've done it. You prepared everything perfectly, you avoided the pitfalls, and you finally clicked submit. But what happens now?
Let's pull back the curtain on the post-submission process so you always know exactly where your filing stands.
So here's the timeline you can pretty much expect. If you file before 4 p.m. on a workday, you should get your filing number, also known as an SR number, that very same day. And as soon as that number is generated, your case will pop up in the My Cases menu. Think of that as your personal command center for tracking the status and spotting any objections from the court.
And hey, let me give you some peace of mind here. The moment you e-file, your documents are on the court servers. They are instantly visible to court officials. And once that filing number is assigned, it populates right on your dashboard. Your submission doesn't just go into some black hole. The system is built to be immediate and totally transparent.
Now, at the end of the day, while the technology gives us all these great tools, the responsibility is still yours. This quote from the e-filing guidelines really says it all. Advocates are responsible for ensuring legibility, correctness, and completeness. The buck stops with you. A clean, correct upload is the only way to avoid objections and delays.
So there you have it, a complete playbook for mastering the digital courthouse. We've covered everything from the foundational rules all the way to power user tips. The only question left is, what's the first thing you're going to change? Think about that one tip from today that you can use on your very next filing to make it smoother, faster, and completely stress-free.